The New York State Thruway Authority has announced its first site-wide toll increase since 2010. But given the removal of traditional toll booths and their operators, as well as the transition to cashless tolling, has people wondering why. We're here in Akron, New York at Buck's Motorsports for their 12th annual chili cook-off, but this year they've added something different. It's Indigenous Peoples Day here at the Great Pumpkin Farm in Clarence, New York, and what better way to celebrate than to drop a 1,000-pound pumpkin from 100 feet in the air. Since last year, travelers seeking entry into Canada have not only been required to provide proof of vaccination, but they've also been required to download the ArriveCan app, which some say has caused inconvenient delays at the border, as well as a significant decline in tourism. The Great Pumpkin Farm has activities running through October 31st. For Broadcasting Buffalo, I'm Angela Caico. For more information on how you can get involved with next year's chili cook-off, visit our website. For Broadcasting Buffalo, I'm Angela Caico. The New York State Thruway Authority has announced its first site-wide toll increase since 2010. But given the removal of traditional toll booths and their operators, as well as the transition to cashless tolling, has people wondering why. The increase is expected to begin in January of 2024, starting at 5% for E-ZPass tag holders and up to 75% for non-tag holders. Ronald Kozak, former toll booth operator and secretary-treasurer of the Teamsters Local 72 Union, says he was directly affected by the switch to cashless tolling, which resulted in the termination of his employment after almost 30 years.
They were dissolving our jobs to go for all E-ZPass statewide.
Kozak says the money being saved on salaries and toll booth upkeep should have helped, not hindered, their budget. New York State Thruway Authority's Director of Media Relations, Jennifer Givner, says employees were given a 3-year notice of the transition. But saving money was not the intention.
It was a very well thought out, carefully crafted plan to work with all of our employees impacted so that we could ensure they had numerous opportunities following the conversion to cashless.
Kozak also says the Thruway Authority receives more than enough revenue from other sources, such as the leasing out of their fiber optic network, the leasing out of rest areas, and receiving funds from FEMA for snow removal services, as recently as the November storm. However, Givner says this isn't the case.
We do not receive federal, state, or local tax dollars in any form. The only revenue that we collect, that we can invest into our roadway, 570 miles, is based on toll revenue.
Kozak says there are many problems with the E-ZPass system. One of these problems is the Thruway Authority's inability to enforce the payment of tolls by mail for residents outside of New York.
The process is we issue you a violation. If you do not pay that over several times, then we send you to collections.
Givner says the increase is largely needed for infrastructure and is a 10-year financial trajectory, which is upwards of hundreds of millions of dollars.
We have more than 800 bridges under our jurisdiction. 75% of those bridges are 55 years or older.
Kozak feels that the increase is just another way for New York State to strong-arm its residents into signing up for E-ZPass. He recommends that people educate themselves on the money-saving commuter discount plans that E-ZPass doesn't tell you about.
And I wish that they would have did like in other states like Ohio and New Jersey, where they would have gave people an option to go either E-ZPass or toll collector. Because then the Thruway would have got all the money. Now they're force-fed to E-ZPass.
Yes, we want people to get an E-ZPass. Why? Because it's the easiest way to pay. It's the easiest way for us to collect the revenue. And it's, it makes sense across the board. All of these discounts, absolutely. Every time anyone calls us, we want to talk to you about them. When you go to our website, we want to talk to you about it.
New York citizens will be able to attend public hearings regarding this increase over the next year. You can keep an eye out for important dates and additional information by visiting our website. For Broadcasting Buffalo, I'm Angela Caico. It's Indigenous Peoples Day here at the Great Pumpkin Farm in Clarence, New York. And what better way to celebrate than to drop a 1,000-pound pumpkin from 100 feet in the air. The annual pumpkin drop, hosted by 97 Rock, gives guests the chance to find coins hidden within the pumpkin and turn them in for prizes. Jason Hernandez arrived to the farm bright and early.
I had to get up early and get ready and drive out here. So it was worth it. I like it.
However, not everyone was looking for coins. Henry Gardner had his eye on a different prize, the pumpkin's seeds. He was able to grow a 300-pound pumpkin with the seeds he collected from last year's drop.
I had like 4 of them last year and only one lived. The slugs ate them all, and that was the one that made the weight of 300.
But the pumpkin drop wasn't the only way to win today. Families who spent their holiday off at the farm had the chance to compete in all kinds of contests, including pumpkin decorating, scarecrow making, and the popular pumpkin pie eating contest. Although Dave Cooper was today's big winner with 12 pieces of pie, he says his personal record is 20.
I've been here, the pumpkin, this is my 22nd year here in this contest, and I've been here for about 8 or 10 of the worldwide contests. Finished as high as 3rd.
The Great Pumpkin Farm has activities running through October 31st. For Broadcasting Buffalo, I'm Angela Caico.